Welcome back to one of the Bears Travel Plays YouTube channel. Today is Sunday, November 3rd, and I'm back breaking down some plays for Sunday afternoon in the NFL. We've got a couple monster games to look at, but we're going to start with the three best games of the day on the graphic plays. And we have our three best player props of the day, and then two more graphics plays towards the end of the video as well. But before we get into those plays for Sunday, let's take the updated leaderboard for Thursday Night Football. Had ourselves a 2-1 day. I did change up the graphics just a little bit. Here's the updated leaderboard, 2-1, 60 and 43 now on the season in the NFL. But here's the plays for Sundays. On the left, I'm going to put all of my plays from the previous day and for the next upcoming video. So, for instance, NFL, Thursday Night Football, we had the Jets money line. We had Tank Dell over 57.5 receiving yards and Breece Hall over 33.5 receiving yards in that Thursday night game. College football is for this Saturday. Some of those games still going. NBA just finished up. And then, of course, member plays on the top. So just a little bit of a shake-up here on the graphics. But let's take a look at these Sunday plays. We are going to start with the Dolphins going up against the Bills. We're taking the Bills, -6 of the play. Historically, the Buffalo Bills with Josh Allen, they've dominated Miami. And I think that's going to continue in this game. Even though the Dolphins have Tua back under center, they look good in the first quarter of that game against the Cardinals. But after that, they looked really bad again. The inconsistent offense continued. The Buffalo Bills with Josh Allen under center, they're 11-2 in his career, dating back to 2018. They have taken the last 4 games in a row with Josh Allen throwing for 300-plus yards in 3 of those 4 games, having a total of 11 touchdowns through the air. He has dominated Miami in his career. I think the Buffalo Bills are way better, and even with Miami playing for their lives right now, I just don't trust them. They've got to basically win this game to have any shot at the division, to have any shot at the playoffs. I think the Buffalo Bills put them down. I think they put up a big number. I'm going to take Buffalo here, -6 as the play. Let's go over to the next play. We're going to be looking at the Chicago Bears going up against the Arizona Cardinals. We're going to go with the Bears here. They're going to make a statement. Give me the money line. This is a team who really should have had 6 wins on the season. They blew another game against the Commanders in that last game for the Hail Mary. That was poor coaching. That was some really bad defense in the last seconds of the game. And I know that guy feels horrible about what he did, celebrating before the play was even over, but it's inexcusable. And that's just the coaching of the Chicago Bears. They should have moved on from Eberflus already. They should have done that a long time ago. He's fine if you want to keep him as a defensive coordinator, but he should not be your leader. If the Bears have some better coaching, I really do think this is one of the better teams in the NFL talent-wise. They've got a ton of players around Caleb Williams. That's one of the best defenses so far in the NFL. They've got 3 wide receivers that he can go to every single play, Caleb Williams. So they've got the pieces. DeAndre Swift in the backfield, he's been amazing over the last several games. They got to limit the mistakes. I mean, the mistakes have been killing them. The coaching has been killing them. They're going to have a bounce back spot here. I'm going to take them money line against the Cardinals. I don't think the Cardinals are that good of a team. If the Bears can stop the run, which I do think they can in this game, the Cardinals are going to have to throw the ball. They have not been good this season whenever they have to throw the ball, not relying on James Conner to get yards on the ground. So I think the Bears here on the money line as the play for the last play on the graphic side. Before we go to some player props and more plays, we're going to look at the biggest game of the day. The Lions going up against the Packers, the NFC North. It's powerful. That conference, or that division, I should say, it's powerful. Lions at the top, Packers at the 2-hole, Vikings in the 3-hole, the Bears, they're dead last at 4th. But all 4 of these teams are above 500. This is a big-time game for Staines because the Lions, they take this game. They've got at least a 1-game lead over everyone in the division. We're still unsure if Jordan Love's going to be playing in this game. He is dealing with a groin. We all have him. Sometimes the groin just flares up. You can't do anything about it. But if Jordan Love's off the field, that's going to be even better for the Lions. The Packers, they are dangerous with Malik Willis. I know that's crazy to say, but Matt LaFleur somehow, some way has made Malik Willis a competent quarterback, at least over the last couple of appearances that we've seen him. I think this is one of the best head coaches in the NFL, but he's going to have his hands full against this Lions team. They are very, very good. Love myself some Dan Campbell. The Lions have been so efficient over the first 7 games of the season. These are 2 really good teams, but with Jordan Love out, I think the Lions can easily win this game with Jordan Love in. Should be a close game. Still going to take the Lions -2.5. Jared Goff has been one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL over the last 3 or 4 games. He has more touchdown passes than incompletions in a 3-game stretch a couple weeks ago. So they're playing really great, efficient offense. Give me the Lions in this game. Should be a fun watch. -2.5 is the play. Let's go over to some player props. We are going to start with the Bengals going up against the Raiders. Give me Jamar Chase, over 84.5 receiving yards as the play. Jamar Chase was kind of bottled up last week going up against the Eagles, had 54 yards, but it did not stop Joe Burrow from targeting him a ton. He had 9 catches in that game. He just didn't have a ton of yardage. The Bengals have been a very strange team this season. Everybody still thinks that they're a top-tier team in the NFL, but they only have 2 wins on the year. So at some point, we have to make the decision, are the Bengals good or are they bad? They got dominated last week against the Philadelphia Eagles in the second half of the game, at least. This is a game they have to dominate the Raiders to be considered a decent team or a good team. Raiders are very bad this year. The defense has been the highlight of that team. But Joe Burrow, he's starting to string together some games now. The Bengals, they've got to win this game for any chance of the playoffs. He has always gone to his top target chase ever since he came back from week number 1 after dealing with those contract negotiations. It does feel like this is a little bit of a discount number because he hasn't been great over the last couple games, but I think he goes off in this one. Nobody can guard Jamar Chase on his best day, and I do expect Joe to find him all day long. Give me the over 84.5 receiving yards as the play here. For the next play, we're looking at the Bears going up against the Cardinals. I'm taking Caleb Williams. Over 1.5 passing touchdowns. This one's going to be plus money at plus 140. You can say what you want about the Bears in the first half against the Commanders because whenever it mattered, Caleb Williams in the fourth quarter, he led 3 drives for the Bears. All 3 of those drives should have led to touchdowns. He was miserable in the first half. That's fair to say. It was one of the worst performances of the season for him in the first half, going up against a not great defense in the Commanders. But in that fourth quarter, he had 2 touchdown drives for the Bears. It should have been 3 touchdown drives, but Matt Eberflus decided to go with a fullback dive with a lineman instead of giving it to Johnson, who, by the way, has scored every single time he's touched the ball inside the 5-yard line this season. He didn't have any passing touchdowns in that game, but I do think the Bears, after that bad loss, I think they find a way to respond. Caleb Williams, he can have a big day here against this Arizona secondary. I'm going to take Williams over 1.5 passing touchdowns. He has all the weapons to hit this prop. We're going to get a good number at plus money as well. So give me the over 1.5 passing touchdowns. And for the final play of the day, we're going to look at the Lions going up against the Packers. We're taking both of the running backs for the Lions. Jahmyr Gibbs, Dave Montgomery to go over a touchdown. So anytime touchdown going up against the Packers for both these guys. The running back duo of Jahmyr Gibbs, Dave Montgomery, they've asked people to call them Sonic and Knuckles instead of Thunder and Lightning. I'll do that. I'll do anything these guys say. That's a great nickname for one. For second, these guys are awesome to watch. So I'll call them whatever they want. Gibbs being the faster guy, Sonic, Montgomery being the stronger guy, Knuckles. I talked about Jared Goff in the game breakdown, but I don't think that's going to be the reason they win this game. They're going to win this game on the ground because we're expecting a tsunami in Green Bay for the entire game. There's supposed to be steady rain from kickoff until the game ends. 15-plus mile-per-hour winds the entire game. That benefits the Lions because this is a hard-nosed team. They want to run the ball. The Green Bay Packers are actually not too bad at stopping the run, giving up 111.6 yards per game. But last week, Jahmyr Gibbs, he showed off that speed, had a couple big runs. These two guys combined for 180 yards, both of them getting in the end zone last week. We're going to see the exact same thing in this game. 180-plus rushing yards between the two, 2+ touchdowns for both these guys. Give me both their slips. Anytime touchdown, over 0.5 touchdowns, Jahmyr Gibbs and Dave Montgomery as the last 2 player props. Let's go take a look at some other recap plays. We are going to start with the Patriots and the Titans. I don't want to watch this game. I don't even want to talk about this game, but we got a weird stat. I'm sure a lot of people have seen it. But this season, after playing the Detroit Lions, that team the next week has lost outright every single game this year. So after playing the Lions, the opposing team is 0-7 straight up against their next opponent. The Titans played the Lions last week. They got manhandled. Now they play the Patriots, who might not have Drake May at quarterback. I'm sure everybody's seen this trend. I'm going to hop on the bandwagon here. Give me the Patriots +3 just because of that trend alone. And for the last play of the day, looking at the Chargers going up against the Browns, the Chargers are in a little bit of a desperation mode. They've had to find a way to win this game because right now they're looking at maybe the 7th seed come playoff time out of the AFC, and that AFC is wide open. But this is a game on their calendar that they had circled a couple weeks ago as a win because Deshaun Watson was there. I think this is a pretty good team with Justin Herbert. They still need some help at the wide receiver position, but J.K. Dobbins has been good. The defense has been good. Great coaching. Only problem now is you got Jameis Winston on the other side. The curse is gone with Deshaun Watson. This team believes. Cleveland believing is trouble. Jameis Winston, we saw it last week. They beat the Ravens. They put their best performance on the field last week. They're going to continue to play well this week. Browns money line as the last play of the day. Let's take a look at the entire recap. We're going to go with the Buffalo Bills -6, the Bears on the money line against the Cardinals. We're going to take the Lions -2.5 against the Packers. Patriots +3.5 going up against the Titans, and then the Browns money line against the Chargers. We're going to take Jamar Chase over 84.5 receiving yards against Oakland. Caleb Williams over 1.5 passing touchdowns against the Cardinals, and then Gibbs and Montgomery over 0.5 anytime touchdown. Both of them to find the end zone going up against the Green Bay Packers. Guys, that's going to do it for the NFL plays and props for Sunday, November 3rd slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.